one form or another, the largest of which is ocean. The Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. The sea, the Caribbean Sea, the Caspian Sea, like an ocean, but not as large as an ocean. A channel is a line of water between land. For example, the English Channel between England and Europe. England, and then the English Channel, and then Europe. Kind of a column of water. A lake, maybe in the mountains, you would have a lake. And a river, for example, the Chalprai River, going down to the sea. A canal, we spoke about a canal yesterday, a canal.
Grand Canal.
Grand Canal.
Canal.
Erie Canal.
In Italy.
Erie.
Erie.
Erie Canal, Grand Canal.
Greek.
And a pond is a small little body of water, maybe in the forest or in the wooded area. A stream is a narrow body of water, so it is a creek, a creek, and a brook. A brook is a very narrow little body of water, maybe running through a forest or something like that, connecting with a river someplace. So you have the larger bodies, then the rivers, the lakes, then the smaller bodies, the creek, the stream, the pond, and the brook. These are all bodies of water that you would see in different parts of the world, just so you know what they are. Any questions about these? Sea, the Andaman Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Caspian Sea, Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean. Okay, very good. I can find eraser over here.
And Gulf teacher.
Yeah.
G-U-L-F. Gulf.
Oh, the Gulf. The Gulf is a body of water. There are, as I say, there are many other terms you can find. A Gulf, a bay. Bay. It usually involves what land is around them. For example, in America, you have the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico. So the water from the Atlantic goes into the Gulf of Mexico. A bay could be an area, again, like that, and you could have this would be a bay, the land around here, bay, Gulf, stream, many different terms for water in that sense. Of course, the famous canal too, with the Grand Canal, and then you have the Suez Canal between Egypt and Arabia, the Suez Canal. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Take a look at the headlines today. See what we can make out. Government tracks Wi-Fi for fake news. Government tracks. What does it mean to track? Track. Track. Government tracks. Tracks. Government tracks. Government tracks.
Way. Way.
Way. Oh, new student. Oh, okay. Have a seat. Government tracks refers to, or tracks actually, is to follow. You can see a track in the ground that you can follow, or you can follow the tracks. If you are a hunter going out looking for an animal, a wolf or something, you would see the tracks in the ground, and then you would follow the tracks to find the wolf. Follow the tracks. And to track something is to follow. So the government tracks Wi-Fi. The government is following Wi-Fi for fake news. What is fake news? Not real. Not real. Not actual. Fake. Yeah, not real. You can have fake news. You can have a fake watch, a copy watch, that is not really what it says it is. It says it's a certain watch, but it's not. It's a copy. You can have a fake jewelry. You say, oh, these are diamonds. Well, they look like diamonds, but they're not diamonds. They are fake. F-A-K-E. A person can be a fake. I can tell you, I'm the king of Sweden. I am the king of Sweden. Well, wait a minute. We know you're not the king of Sweden. He's faking. He's faking that he's the king of Sweden. A fake. Not real. To track is to follow. The police are tracking the bank robbery suspect. They are tracking, looking for the person that robbed the bank. Trying to track the subject of the case. To track a fake, not real. There's one here. The cabinet of the government has approved the budget. So what it says here is in the headline, the cabinet green lights the budget. Green lights the budget. What does it mean to green light the budget or to green light anything? Government green lights the budget. Green light. Green light. Think about it. If you're driving a car and there's a red light, what do? Stop. And you sit. And then green light. Do you still sit? Sit. or do you start to move forward? Right. And so when a government green lights or a company green lights a certain matter, it says go. Go ahead and do that. And in this case, the government green lights the new budget. Go ahead. It's fine. You've got the green light. Go. Don't sit there. Go. So when it says it green lights it, it said let's go ahead with the new budget. It says here, Hong Kong's Lam threatens military action. Threatens military action. What does it mean to threaten? Threaten. To threaten. To threaten. If you don't know the answer to this question within 5 minutes, I'm going to hit you over the head. Boom! Oh, he's threatening me. He's trying to scare me into doing something. So what Miss Lam is doing in Hong Kong is saying, if you don't stop this now, the Chinese army is going to be marching down the street. Whoa, 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 whoa. She's trying to threaten us, say the protesters. Miss Lam, the chief executive of Hong Kong, is threatening military force. Either stop the demonstration right now, or the Chinese army will be in the street, and beware. Beware. That sounds like a threat. And that's exactly what the paper says. Hong Kong's Lam threatens military action. Either stop or trouble. Big trouble. Ooh, threatened. You can be threatened in many ways. If you don't do what I say, I'll hit you over the head with a bat. Yikes. Scary. A threat.
It's not free. She will really does this.
Well, I'm sure it's not a fake. I doubt if she's faking.
Not just make you afraid. No.
Well, I'm sure she's hoping that she doesn't have to do it. So what she does is, I will do it if you don't stop. Well, are they going to stop or not? Probably not. So is she going to act on her threat? Do something about the threat? Or just, let it go? We'll see. But right now, she's threatening military force. If you don't stop this immediately, the Chinese army will be in the streets. Firm steps vowed over sea collision. There was a collision between a Japanese vessel and a Korean fishing ship. I think it was North Korean fishing ship. And now the Japan vows firm steps. What is a vow? A vow. A vow. Take a vow. when people get married, they take a vow. I will be the husband, you will be the wife, we vow to each other. Vow. A very strong promise, an exceptionally strong promise, usually made sometimes under oath. I take a vow to do something without question, I will do it. And in this case, Japan promises firm steps with regard to its boats and its fishing boats. Vow. India, on the front line in the fight against tuberculosis. The fight against tuberculosis. What is tuberculosis? Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a lung disease. Very common in India, unfortunately. India on the front line. What does it mean to be on the front line in the fight against tuberculosis? To be on the front line is if you're in a battle, in a war, in a struggle, and you are on the front line. This is the enemy, and this is your side. And if you're in the front line, you're right here against the enemy. So you're in the front, in the forepart of the war. India on the front line, they are leading the battle against tuberculosis, the lung disease. Ambitious target set to eradicate the disease. Eradicate the disease. What is eradicate? To eradicate the disease. E-R-A-D-I-C-A-T-E. Eradicate. Eradicate. Target set to eradicate. Well, it's almost right there. Erase. They've set the target to erase the disease, remove it completely, eradicate it. They are trying to eradicate the problem, remove it completely, eradicate. But root causes of the disease remain unaddressed. Root causes of the disease remain unaddressed. Root causes. What is a root cause? The root causes of tuberculosis remain unaddressed. Root causes. Tuberculosis.
How do you spell root causes?
Root causes.
Thank you.
Well, when you think of a root, a plant, the bottom in the ground is the root from which the plant grows. The roots are in the ground, and the plant grows from the roots. So the root cause is being left unattended. In other words, they're treating the symptoms. The symptom is being treated. For example, if you have a headache or a cough, that could be the symptom of something worse, like the flu or something like that. Whereas if you take a pill for the headache, yeah, maybe the headache will go away, but the flu is still there. You haven't treated the root cause. It's the flu, not the headache, is the problem. So, eradicate the disease, to remove it completely, erase it, but the root causes remain unaddressed. They are trying to get rid of the disease of tuberculosis in India, but they are not looking at the root causes. What is the chief cause of tuberculosis? Remain unaddressed. To be unaddressed is to not even discuss, not even deal with. Unaddressed. Tuberculosis. That's how it's pronounced. Tuberculosis. 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 Very common problem in India. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. Eradicate, erase. Root causes. The main bottom cause of the whole problem is unaddressed, not being dealt with. Okay, there's some words for you. Vow. Take a vow to do something. I vow to do it. I will definitely, without question, do it. The root causes. The chief, main, underlying cause of the problem. Track, follow. Fake, not real. Eradicate. Eradicate. Erase. Front line. The leading part of the battle. The front line. Any questions about the words? Eradicate, erase. Eradicate the disease. Remove it completely. Cure the disease completely. Eradicate. Okay. We'll move on from here. Any questions? Okay, we'll continue on with where we were yesterday. Okay, here's some shapes and forms. Line. Line. Square. Square. Triangle. Triangle. Pentagon.
เพนทากอน
Pentagon.
เพนทากอน
Rectangle.
rectangle
Rectangle.
เล็กแคนโด
What is a line? Very good. Yeah.
เสร็จ
He just drew a line on the board. What is a square?
ทับสแควร์
with
ทับ
this
สแควร์
Yeah, well, let's see. I'll try to draw it exactly right, but we'll see. We're pretty close.
no
A square. All sides the same length. All sides the same length. A square. What is a triangle?
ไทรแองเกิลอยู่เท่าไหร่แล้ว
no circle
สามเหลี่ยม
Yeah. Try. Three. Three angles. 1, 2, 3. Triangle. A triangle. A pentagon.
นายวันวันหรอใช่ไหมไอ้ที่นายวันวันแค่เป็นเป็นตะก้อนอยู่นี่
911. Pentagon.
5 angle 5 angle 5
5-sided. Right.
ใหญ่
More or less.
เป็นตะก้อน
ใช่ค่ะเป็นตะก้อน
ไม่ใช่เป็นชื่อบังเอิญ
นี่แปลว่าอะไร
Something like that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-sided.
why they call the building in America Pentagon
same ไหม this name no
same size
same same name
I'll explain that in a few minutes. I have to. But for the moment, it's a 5-sided figure. 5-sided figure, a pentagon, and a rectangle. Rectangle.
ที่เก็บบัญชี
eight side
8-sided?
แปดเหลี่ยมเหรอ
No, it's just
maybe
it's
six
huh?
maybe six side
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 sides 4 sides but
4 sides, but if this is a square,
หรือว่าเป็นสี่
สี่
เห
เห
ลี่
ลี่
ย
ย
ม
ม
ผ้า
ผ้า
ไม่ใช่จัดสี่เหลี่ยมผืนผ้า
that's a rectangle. The square was even, same. The rectangle, too long and too shorter. So, is this room a square or is it a rectangle? You'd have to measure to find out. But a rectangle would be more or less something like that. Short, long. Whereas a square, same. 5-sided, 3-sided, a line, a straight line. Follow the line. Any questions about that? Triangle, 3. Pentagon, 5. The Latin for 5. Rectangle, square, line, triangle, pentagon. Those are the usual forms that you run across. Even the pentagon's a little rare. Now here's a list of words that are very close in the sound, but the meaning is of course totally different, which is not unusual in English.